Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab in the wee hours of the morning where it's nice and quiet. Well, I can do what I do for you. I got a nice lesson for you today. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get it started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in the story about life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. Oh, we got a good thing going. I appreciate you. Let's rock. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life, and it is a way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to get all right thinkers to do just that, know thyself. So I'm on my grind. If you want to know yourself, get on yours. Let's go. Follow me. I'll take you there. Know thyself is the question. It's rhetorical because you should know the answer for yourself. And if you don't have the answer, tune in. I can help you with that. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do every day for you, to enlighten you so you can be your best self. Okay? I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know, dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows, but knows not that they know, is asleep spiritually. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. I've been doing my book thing. I've been having some fun with it. But every now and then I got to do what I do. Get the information to you my way. So today's lesson, right thinkers, let's talk about if you think you can, you will. If you think you can't, you won't. So what that means? It's all in what you think. And if you're thinking right, you can. Let's go. The brain, the mind, does the thinking. That's its job. The body follows the mind. Again, I get example. If you ever had a wet dream, you know that the mind is in control. George tell you, free the mind and the body will follow. He used the other acronym. It's okay, same thing. But it's telling you the mind dictates what the body does. Understand that. So you are what you think you are, regardless. When you learn right from wrong, you think right and you'll do right. If you're thinking wrong or not thinking at all, you're probably going to do the wrong thing. Whenever there's an option, you got a 50-50 chance to be right or wrong. It would be better to know the side of right when you're doing what you need to do. Why? Because you're responsible. So think before you act. If you think, watch this, if you think you can't do something, in your mind, if the first thought is, I can't do that, it ain't going to happen. That's why right thinking plus, well, it's just like positive thinking. I got a buddy who said, "Oh, I've been positive thinking all my life." Okay, cool. But if that's get you where you need to go, continue to do it. If it's not, it ain't working. So you can call it what you want. If it ain't working for you, stop it. Simple as that. If what you're doing is working for you, that's right thinking. I'm just letting you know. I ain't here to tell you what and how to do. I'm just saying if you're doing that, that's what you're doing. If you don't know, my mother-in-law, she was living my yacht all her life. Didn't have a clue. But when I introduced her to in the concept, oh, she's my yacht for real. I love that. So it ain't about what you know, it's about what you do. And sometimes you can do right, don't even know it. And that's fine. But most of us do wrong willingly, knowingly. That's what makes you devilish and evil. That's what the ego does. It don't have no remorse. Why? You got to pay the price. It don't. Understand that. When you think something, you can't do something, you won't. If you think that's what you think, then that's what you're going to do. Perfect example. If you think less of yourself, there you go. If you think less of yourself, that causes what? low self-esteem. The psychiatrist will tell you, well, think positive thoughts, think right. You think? I'm telling you that. Don't need a psychiatrist for that. You can be your own psychiatrist. When you know yourself, you should be able to shrink yourself. You should be able to encourage yourself. You should be able to inspire and motivate yourself first. Your self-esteem is what you think of yourself. And when it's low, that's what you less than good, then it's going to be low. Think positive, think highly of yourself. Well, you can see it. You no. The higher you shoot for, that means you're shooting high. If you don't make it, that's fine. But if you're aiming low, you ain't got nothing. Like I said, shoot for stars. If you hit the fence, you made some progress. But if you're shooting for the fence and ain't made it past the porch, you didn't put your sights high enough. That's all. Set them high. Young people, right thinkers. The younger you are, the more unlimited you are. Why? You got time to make manifest whatever you can conceive. So if you're thinking right, whatever ideas you got, you can pursue them. That's called reaching the dream, the impossible dream. It may be impossible for somebody else because it ain't their dream, but if it's your dream, it's possible. That's what right thinking gives you the energy and understanding that you can do for yourself. They say, as a man thinketh, so he is. You cannot like it. You cannot subscribe to it. But that don't mean that ain't what it is. Please understand that. That's what becoming enlightened is. If you think something or don't know something, and then you're informed about something, you can't say, I didn't know that. I thought so and so. That's not learning. That's okay. That's being contradictory. Okay. That's being argumentative. That's being debatable. To learn means to listen, reflect, and meditate, and then make a better decision on whatever it is after you've done those things. Before you do that, open your mouth is just egoistic nonsense. I think I'm the best teacher of right thinking philosophy. Okay. And I prove it by what? Doing it every day. I don't care what you think. I'm fulfilling what I think. That's the difference. And if you're doing what you think is best for you, do I look like I care about what you think or feel about what I'm doing? We all should feel that way. Why? Because if your life is based on somebody else's opinion about you, you're living for the wrong reasons. I love my dude Dion. Yeah, he catching it. But guess what? That's what God does for you. Why? Look at the people who claimed to be with you when it was going good. Soon as it went bad, they jumped off the bandwagon. Now his bandwagon is light again. Why? Because all the bandwagons jumped off. When everything is going good, they're going to be with you. When things don't go good, they're going to leave you. So if, like he said, I don't rely on them to make me. I love that fact. Why? Y'all don't dictate what's going on. So if you let the bandwagon riders dictate where you're going, you ain't going far. Okay, understand that. Be you, do you. Watch this. Now, women are run by what they think, but their thoughts are programmed by emotions. They are emotional creatures. So everything is I feel. I feel. A woman go by what she feels, not so much what she thinks. So understand that. Why? They think of themselves also. If you think you're fine, okay, that's your opinion. They call it conceit, diva. No, but you should think highly of yourself. You ain't got to go around telling people, I'm fine. If you think you're fine, that's a good thought. Keep it to yourself. Some of the best thoughts are the ones that you don't verbalize. I know that much too. Women who think highly of themselves won't what degrade themselves. Your self-esteem is high, so you ain't just gonna sacrifice or just take anything. Okay, that's the difference. Women won't degrade themselves by what selling their body or selling videos of them doing to their body. Moving on, I'm just saying that's not good people. So, and that's the area. Remember, I come from the streets. I knew everybody in the streets was about the streets. If you was out there, that's what you should have been. But everybody wasn't in the streets. Good people did what they had to do. Again, I separated myself. Back then, we know what? We didn't come out what? The freaks came out when? At night. Good people at night is in the house. I'm in bed by 8 or 9 o'clock. So I don't know what's going on in the streets now. Well, I'm not in them. But when I ran them, that's what I did. So, and everybody wasn't running the streets. So understand that when you change, the streets are going to be there. They were there before I got there. I didn't change a thing about them, but I got off them. Why? They would eat you up. That's why. Like street life, you get too old, you're going to feel the cold. That means what you used to do, you can no longer do. So you can't continue to live that street life. Okay, you got to change your life, live the right life. The only difference, watch this, between a whore and a housewife is what? What they think of themselves. That's the bottom line right there. If a woman decides that she's gonna make money off her body, let it go. Why? You ain't gonna change her perspective. That's what she wanna do. A housewife ain't gonna do that. She gonna find a husband. Why? To do the things she need to do to make it happen. She ain't gonna sell her body to a whole bunch of men. It don't work that way. So all you women, you got fathers who ain't too proud of what you're doing. I'm just saying. If my daughter out in the pole, I love you, baby, but really? I'm just saying, I'm a concerned parent. Watch this. Now, if you think you are in the wrong body, this is a psychological problem. Again, it's mental between the ears. If I think I'm a woman in a man's body, I'm not thinking right, and vice versa. So that's psychological help that you can get. It shouldn't become a lifestyle. I'm just saying. If you think you're in the wrong body, think again. Why? God makes no mistakes. That's just between your ears that you think you're somebody else. But your gender, when you come out of that body, that womb, that 9 months spent you in there, either you're gonna have a vagina or you're gonna have a penis. All this gender, pick what they are. It ain't a pick. It ain't your choice. Life ain't your choice. What you do with it is yours. But you are born into this world to do just that. And if you worry about your gender, you worry about the wrong stuff. And we got a whole big thing going about gender. Really? I'm down. Sorry about that. The little track. I gotta get back on track. Sorry. Okay, let me go. Now, thinking is a must. Right thinking is a plus. Why? Because it's going to elevate you to the next level. Regular thinking, ordinary people. Yeah, I told my son, if you want to be ordinary, you get C's, you can just get by. Most lazy people just want to, just do nothing, get by, bobbing, weaving, shucking and jiving. Okay, we word for that. Niggas. Lazy as shiftless. That's a nigga. Any color, any race. A person who's lazy, mentally lazy, don't want to study, don't want to know nothing, you're a nigga. That's nigga stuff. You don't want no better for yourself. And most niggas don't. That's why it's a derogatory word to be called one. I know that, but if it ain't true, don't worry about it. Sticks and stones will break your bone. Words should hurt you. So don't get caught up. He called me a nigga. If that's the women, when you call them the B word, back in my day, they would fight you because that was derogatory. Now they call it like it's going out of style. So it changed. People's concepts are different. So understand that. Moving on. We think, yes, it's a must. But if you think right, then that's a plus for you. Why? Trust me. You'll live better, be better, and do better. That's what right thinking affords you. That's what it's about. Thinking is what? Believing in God. Right thinking is what? Knowing God and thyself. Why? Because the things I'm gonna give you, you're gonna know God for yourself. That's my drive. That's my mission to get you to know Him, not believe. Oh God, I believe in God. No, I want you to know God. Why? Now you be a better person because you hold yourself accountable once you know Him. That's the difference. If a person claim to been God, taught to God, met God, and still doing the same thing, they lying. You should change your life. And if you do it right, that's what it's all about. My job is to get you to do that for the better. Let's go. We think, but without the right thinking process, yeah, you're just going through the motions. Mm-hmm. You're just buffering. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't gaining nothing. I call it the caterpillar syndrome. If I haven't seen you in 5 years, the last time I seen you, you was doing that. And whatever I was doing 5 years ago, I ain't doing that. Why? I'm progressing, I'm moving, I'm changing. So you're gonna see, oh man, you changing. I can't say that if you're still in the same position. That's the caterpillar syndrome. You need to change. Two caterpillars walked up. One was a butterfly, one was a caterpillar. The caterpillar told the butterfly, man, you changed. The butterfly said, yeah, we supposed to. What's your problem? Okay, it's personal. When you don't do it, that's on you. When you see other people do it, don't hate or be jealous. Figure out what they did. Even ask them why. Because if that's what you want, that's what you should be doing. I'm giving it to you. All you gotta do is follow. If you think you know but don't know, you doing yourself the great injustice. Why? Because you're never going to learn. You think you know something that you don't, you're not going to be open to hear the truth to help you with information that will help you to know, not the thought or a belief. There's nothing. You need to know. Okay? The right, think right, watch this, ain't illegal yet. But the way we're going with AI, oh, it might be a problem for you young people. So understand, know how to think, learn how to use your brain because they're going to use AIs to do the thinking. So we're going to become drones, human drones. Right now, we got the robots. Robots going to have us doing the work. Be careful. All right. And wrong thinking, you will always lose. That's a guarantee. Don't bet on a loser. Don't play a losing hand. Don't do things that's not working for you. You can't win. Think right to do right. In order to do, you need to be able to think, to control what you do. Your actions are controlled by your thoughts. Yeah, right thoughts. Okay, you got to have them too. When you a right thinker, you a right liver. Why? Because you do it daily. That's the philosophy behind right thinking philosophy. You live it. It becomes a way of life. Doing right, being right, acting right, treating people right. That's a way of life for some people. The only way you can live right is what? Is to be able to think right. Learn from the right thinker, man. Why? That's what I do for you. I tell you, if you think right, that's why you live right. And you will continue to do what's right. Why? Because now you know. And when you're doing it and you get blessed, you're going to continue. That's why good people do good things. Bad people don't know that. Why? Because they're doing bad things. They don't know the benefits of doing the good. So we teach our young people, if you do right, guess what? You'll be rewarded. We teach them how to go to school. When they go to school, get good grades, put them from the refrigerator, you reward them, yeah. But what do you do when they don't do the right thing? That's the problem with society. We got too many people getting away, children, not doing the right thing. And guess what? They grow up to be adults. And they learn how to what? Continue to do not the right thing. Those called criminals. That's what we got jail for. And why are we building more prison, more jails to house bad people than we are to educate the people? Not building schools, not building institutions of learning. We building prisons. Sorry about that. I get a little annoyed because right thinkers, prison ain't on our agenda. He's in jail together. I'm in the bullpen with my dad. That ain't the best place to be. I would never put my son through that. Sorry. Caught feeling right there. Hit the nerve. Watch this. Now, right thinking is a way of life. Why? If you implement the things that I'm trying to get you to understand, you will put it in your daily life. That's what it's for. To live by. Try it and change your life. Trust me, I guarantee. Ain't no doubt about what I'm giving you working or not. I ain't got to hear about why. I use it. So my whole point to that, when I hear people say, yo man, that right thing it really worked. Yo man, and when I use it, it worked. Well, use it all the time. If something works, that's what you should be using. I'm just saying, moving on. If you think, wrong, watch this. You will live what? Wrong. When? Daily. Until you figure it out. Most of us keep doing the same thing over daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. It becomes a trend. And it's become your way of life. Wrong living is not a good way to live. Last one. I live right. Why? Because I think right and I know I will be blessed if I do that. Nothing special. My job is to live right now. Why? Because I get paid in blessings. If you understand that, cool. If not, you miss the boat. You're a sinner. A sinner don't mean you do bad things. The most Christians believe that. Sinner. No, a sinner means you miss the mark. You don't get the point. And most believers miss the mark because they don't get the point. If you live, if you're a right thinker, you're living right when? Daily. And I guarantee you, doing just that, you'll be blessed when? Daily. Your life is full of blessings. Why? Because you're doing the right thing. That's how you get recognized by your higher self. Thinking right is a way of life. Why? Because it keeps you from what? Cheating on your wife or vice versa. Doing the right thing holds you accountable not to cheat, to do the wrong thing. Cheating is wrong. Okay? Sneaking and creeping for your own personal pleasure is just wrong. You can't justify you creeping on your husband or your wife for your own sexual pleasures that you're not getting from your husband or wife. It's not gonna fly. That's not right thinking. Okay, and sure ain't right living. Right thinkers believe that they can. And with the power of belief, guess what? You will. That's the whole point. If your belief is put into work, what you believe, you act on it, you can make it happen. And that's why a lot of y'all believers in this lie make miracles with what? The power of belief that you have in whatever you believe. Even if it's wrong, you can still manifest some good stuff. That's my point. Mhm. Right thinking, know what? If they live right, they will be blessed. I mean, they're going to be treated right by who? Your higher self. Last one. If you think you can, be your best self. All you have to do is practice right thinking philosophy daily. And guess what? You will be just like me. That's all I do. And I help you by doing what I do for you. I'll be back. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm out.